Time right now with 746, a 6-month-long investigation by Bloomberg Law uncovering an alleged crack system that's failing more than 1 million people living under conservatorships and guardianships. Joining us this morning is Holly Barker, senior legal reporter at Bloomberg. She's one of the reporters who also covered this story. And Anthony Palmieri, former president of the National Guardianship Association, and he's now a guardianship investigator in Florida. Thank you both for being with us.
Thank you, Corey.
You're welcome. So, Holly, I want to start with you. A lot of people are likely familiar with legal battles Britney Spears faced getting out of her conservatorship. But I was surprised to actually learn from your reporting how many everyday people are in similar situations. What did you and your colleague uncover, and was there one thing that was most alarming?
Well, I think we opened the series with a criminal fraud scheme that occurred in New Mexico. And we started there because of the vulnerability of the victims, which were primarily veterans, and because of the sheer scale of the fraud, its duration. And I think what was most striking about it was the number of red flags that were completely overlooked. The company was called Ayudando Guardians. The owners of it eventually pleaded to a 7-year fraud. They had over 1,000 clients and stole millions of dollars. And they did so while they were being routinely supervised by both state and federal agencies. And they had state contracts, and they were largely considered the gold standard. And I think it speaks to sort of a lack of oversight and complacency and maybe a deference to the industry that it hasn't necessarily earned. But part of the problem is that we haven't scrutinized it enough, so we don't know exactly how pervasive it is.
And Anthony, according to the American Bar Association, only 14 states, 14, require guardians to be certified. Does this mean anyone in other states, they can just simply walk off the street into someone's home, have complete control of their life, their finances? And if so, is this lack of oversight, is it concerning?
Yeah, that's an alarming statistic that only 14 states require some type of formal certification for guardians to literally take control of the lives of our most vulnerable citizens. So the organization that I'm a part of, the National Guardianship Association, we're strong proponents of national standards of practice for guardians, certifications for professional guardians, and really we're the premier source of education and ethical principles for guardianships. But yeah, that's a staggering number, only 14 states.
And Holly, here's a quick excerpt from your report. A woman who worked for that company that you were mentioning was supposed to properly care for people under conservatorship. And she said, quote, winning the state contract was everything for the company. She also went on to say that's where the biggest clientele was going to come from. And according to the article, she admitted that she fabricated records. How many other cases do you think are out there like this that have not been reported and have not gone before a judge?
That's a great question. The prosecutor I spoke to said that this was the largest federal criminal fraud investigation he was aware of, and he didn't know of any state investigations that were any larger. So this is really sort of outlier in terms of what we have detected, but we don't have a sense of how commonly this happens, in part because of that lack of scrutiny. And the reason that the federal government really got involved here was because there were federal dollars involved. And that's not always the case. You're not always going to have the VA or even the Social Security Administration really looking over these things. But even with them there, they managed not to see it.
All right.
It's a scrutiny thing.
Got it. Holly, thank you. And I also reached out to the Department of Justice just to see if they were investigating here in the DMV in D.C., Maryland, Virginia. So far, we have not heard back. Again, this report, it's a 5-part series. 1, 2, 3 came out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 4 is out today. 5 is out tomorrow. Thank you both for being with us, Anthony and Holly.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Wow.